Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Okay, with this, okay. So the Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic action we have seen. Okay. Now the Karta, the individual who is doing the action. Okay. Yeah. All right. What is that? Mukta Sangaha Anaham Vadi Triti Utsaha Samanvitaha Siddhi Siddhayo Nirvikaraha Karta Satvika Uchyate. Satvika Karta. Is he the one with Satvika knowledge?
No. No.
Because Satvika knowledge makes you Akarta Abhokta Karmani Akarmaya Pashed. Okay. So a Rajasika Jnanam along with Karma Yoga Buddhi. Understand this. Satvika Karta is one who has Rajasic Jnanam, knowledge of plurality, but Karma Yoga Buddhi is there. Samatvam, Kushalatvam, all both are there very nicely. Then it works out well. Okay. That's why he is saying here, Mukta Sangaha, who is not dependent on the company around him. He knows when to enjoy company, he knows when to be a loner. He knows both. Okay. Mukta Sangaha. Anaham Vadi. He does not have that extra ahankara. A simple ahankara is there, you can't avoid it. Okay? But that egotist feeling, na? That egoism, I am the greatest type of thinking. Nahi hai, natiche. Okay? That I am the greatest thinking is not there. Okay? And even if it is factually he is the greatest. Okay? Factually he is the greatest. His attitude will be, thank God I could be the greatest. Makes a huge difference. Okay? Thank God I could be the greatest. I saw a very interesting interaction between two great athletes the other day. It was on YouTube. Somebody sent me the link and I saw it. Okay? It was in one of my favorite fields of athletics, okay, of sportsmanship, boxing. So two greats were meeting. One was Muhammad Ali, he was considered one of the greatest of all times. And Mike Tyson, the other one. Okay. He also has a claim to be among the greatest. So both of them were meeting together live, face to face. This was just some time before Muhammad Ali is expired, before that. So the interviewer asked Muhammad Ali, if you in your prime fought him in his prime, who do you think will win? So Muhammad Ali says, and the interviewer is surprised, really? He says, I am fast. But if he gets me by one punch, if he gets me, lands a couple of punches, I'll go flat out. This was a man who was claiming he was the greatest, okay, during his prime. Then they asked Mike Tyson. He was supposed to be the rough and ready street kid type of guy. What do you think? He says, no way. You're talking to the greatest champ of all times. Now look at it. In their prime, both of them claimed to be the greatest. And both had very reasonable claims to it. But when they are meeting each other, the humility that is there in both of them. Anahamvadi. I am not describing them, okay? I am talking about what Anahamvadi is like. Okay? Anahamvadi. Okay? Dhriti utsaha samanvitaha. Dhriti, will, fortitude. You won't stop at the first sign of trouble. Utsaham, enthusiasm. हाँ करना है ठीक है करेगा. No, not that way. Arey, of course, let's get it done. Chalo. Utsaham, enthusiasm, and dhriti, will. Because any work, good, bad, ugly, you're bound to have some obstacles or the other. So some dhriti is necessary. Yeah. Therefore, dhriti utsaha samanvitaha. Samanvitaha. Siddhi asiddhiyoho nirvikaraha. Whether he is successful or not. Nirvikara means he has that balance. Samatvam is there. Things work out, fine, it worked out. Didn't work out, okay, fine. Ishwarecha, let's go ahead. That's what Karma Yoga is about, isn't it? Success or failure, you take both as prasada. Therefore, siddhi asiddhiyo nirvikara. Samatvam. Sacha karta satviki iti uchyate. Sacha karta is a satvika karta. Clean. Capable of getting things done. Okay. At the same time, does not get ulcers and heart attack in his 40s. Why? There is a balance about him. About this person, there is a balance about him. Okay? Yeah. Satviki karta. He has got ragadveshas. He wants to achieve things. But karma yoga buddhi is there. He has got kushalatvam, capacity. He has developed it. Okay? And balance is there. Samatvam is there. That samatvam comes because of karma yoga buddhi. Understand that. Okay? Ishwararpanam prasada buddhi. All right. Such a karta is satviki. Then who's a rajasic karta? The simple verses. That's why I'm going ahead. If there is any doubt anyone has or any clarification you need, please ask. Okay? Ragi karma phala prepsuhu lubdha himsatmakaha shuchi harsha shokanvita karta rajasah parikirtitaha. Ragi, not ragi the food item you eat, no, has a lot of ragas. Okay? And if you have a lot of ragas, dvesha is not far behind. Okay? Yeah. So, raga dvesha. Karma phala prepsu. He is impelled only by karma phalam. Karma phalam is not one of the factors. He is driven. Having a drive and being driven is different. Having a drive is you are the master. Being driven means you are the slave. Okay? Therefore, karma phala prepsuhu. His whole prerna for action comes from the desire for karma phala. I want this, I want it now, I want it this way, I want it my way only. Okay. Himsatmakaha. Doesn't care whom he hurts or doesn't hurt. Himsatmaka. To achieve his goal, he is willing to hurt people. Ashuchi, not clean. Ethics, morality, etc. Bhul jao. I want to get my things done. Ethics, go fish. What ethics, etc.? That's why many of our business people don't become big. Yeah. Yeah. All that we have seen before. Ashuchi. Harsha shokanvitaha. He is elated or depressed. Elated or depressed. He is a yo-yo. Things worked out today. I made a killing in the stock market. वो loss हो गया यार आज. Whereas other person also has harsha and shoka, but he has got a balance. He's got a balance. Why? Siddhya siddhyo nirvikaraha. That balance is there in success and failure. This guy does not have that balance. Why? There is no karma yoga buddhi. That's all that makes the difference between the two, I'm telling. Okay. Such a karta rajasaha prakirtitaha. Such a karta is called a rajasic karta. Okay. It is not how successful you become. Whether the rajasic person will get more success or the sattvika person will get more success, you can't say. Because success depends on other factors. Other karma also comes into the picture. What you call your luck factor, etc. comes into the picture. Okay? But one thing is sure. In whatever achievement, the sattvika karta is more balanced than a happier person. More fulfilled person. Less stressed out. Less stressed out. And a good chance of getting what he wants. Because utsahi, dhriti, etc. he has. Then why should he not get what he wants? Unless the luck is so bad that it's not meant for to be. Then it's okay, he'll accept it as not meant to be. Okay. Okay. Then the tamasic karta. How is the tamasic karta? Ayuktaha prakritaha stabdaha shataha naishkritiko alasaha vishadi dirgha sutri cha karta tamasa uchyate. Ayuktaha. Not integrated as a person. Pulled in different directions. No integrity, no focus. Forget focus, requiring more focus. He has got no focus in the first place. Ayuktaha, prakritaha. No sophistication of thinking. You will say in Hindi, na, gauti hai. No sophistication. You know, when you take a project, you need to have some understanding of things. No? Some intellectual sophistication. Remember, intellectual sort of sophistication, I am separating it out from westernization. We think sophistication is westernization. Big mistake. Sophistication is not westernization. Refinement here. Okay? Refinement. Okay. Then stabdaha. Stabda is someone who is, doesn't care a damn about anything. Care a hang about things. Okay. Nothing is sacred. क्या फर्क पड़ता है? 12 बजे स्नान भी नहीं करने का क्या? स्नान करके इसे क्या मिलेगा? नहीं करता है. अरे बाबा आज जन्माष्टमी है, थोड़ा कृष्णा को सलामी दे दो. क्यों? That type of a guy. For whom nothing is sacred, nothing is this, nothing is stabdaha. Shataha, deceptive, cunning. Okay, shataha, shatya bhavam. Okay, cunning, deceptive, manipulative. Because someone like this, if he has to get something, he has to manipulate people only. Na? How else is he going to get things? Naishkritikaha. There's certain cruelty about him, Because my way, I want to get my things. I care a damn what others suffer or don't suffer. I don't bother about it. Alasaha. Lazy. Tamas means laziness. Okay. Lazy. Vishadi. Sorrowful. Always cribbing about things. Complaining about the world. Because you don't accept responsibility for your life. You are always cribbing. यो ऐसा ये ऐसा मेरे को मेरा नसीब साथ नहीं दिया, ये है वो है. I am like this because my upbringing was like that. You don't know what my father was. अरे यार ठीक है, your father was a pain in the back, agreed, चलो ठीक है. You are an adult now what? I was doing a youth workshop once, and this kid is very angry at the father. Both the parents actually, mother also. I said, why are you so angry? They didn't allow me to learn swimming when I am young. Okay, understandable. You wanted to learn. So what's preventing you from learning now? You are independent, you are staying in a separate city, away from your parents. What's preventing you? Now it is too late. How old is he? 22-year-old. 22-year-old saying it is too late to pick up swimming. अभी क्या बोलेगा इसको? Okay. Vishadi. You're cribbing about everyone, not accepting responsibility for your own life. Vishadi. Dirgha Sutri. Procrastinator. Keeps procrastinating things. अभी क्या करने का है, कल करेगा ना. जो आज करना है कल करो. इतने जल्दी भी क्या है, जीना है बरसों. Keeps procrastinating. I can understand if it is not a priority for you and you are dropping it, that's fine. But it is important to you, but still you procrastinate. Okay. Such a karta is what? Tamasa karta. Say tamasa karta, if I have a lot of tamas in me, I deserve a kick in my back and get up and do things, okay? How do I get over tamas? By becoming more rajasic. There's no magic formula, okay? Either you kick yourself on the back and get up and do things, or get somebody to kick you on the back and get married, preferably to a school teacher. All problems solved. Okay. Only problem that will be remaining is your marriage. That's all. Everything else will be solved. Okay. Yeah. And remember what I said, school teacher. Because this character is like a lazy kid. He deserves someone like that. No? I know a couple who got married like that. They're very happy, okay? I'm not joking. I know various types of couples, okay? This couple I know, very happy. All right. What is next? Karta over. Now buddhi. Buddhi is your sense of reasoning, etc. Okay? Your knowledge. All right. Buddhi vedam dhritayischeva gunastravidam shrunu prochamanam asheshena pratatvena dhananjaya. Buddhi vedam. The difference of buddhi according to Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamas. Difference of dhriti, will. Very important. Will. Gunaha, gunataha, trividam shunu. In the threefold division of Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, please listen. Prochyamanam, I'll tell you in detail. Pratatvena dhananjaya. Separately. Buddhi separate and dhriti separate, I'll tell you. All right. What is that? Buddhi now. Pravritim cha nivartim cha karya karye bhaya bhaye bandha moksham cha ya veti buddhi sa partha satviki. This is satviki buddhi. What is that? Pravritim cha nivartim cha. What is to be done, what is not to be done. Okay. So pravrti and nivrti here will definitely stand for, you know the purpose of both the lifestyles. Pravrti lifestyle is a path of karma searching for dharma, artha, kama. Nivrti is looking for moksha. So sometimes you will have to follow nivrti so that you can manage your life and mind and convert it into a moksha pravrti. Therefore that he knows, pravritim cha nivrtim cha. Karya, karye, what is to be done and not done. Dharma, dharma, very clear. What is to be done, not done. He's got clarity there, including the grey areas. Remember, dharma always has grey areas. You can never pursue dharma without taking into account the grey areas. Always grey areas in life. Because that's what life is about. Your maturity is in how well you handle the grey areas. In yourself and others. You recognize that in others as well. Instead of getting critical and condemning somebody, recognize the grey area, why you had to do something instead of something else. You may have done it differently, that's okay. It's the grey areas that make you mature. Okay? Bhaya, bhay. He knows what is fear. What is fear? Abhayam. Abhayam here refers to courage. And he knows what courage is also. How to put that fear aside and function out of courage. Important. Okay? Important. You can't live a life in fear. People do that. One of the most unfortunate things I see in the world is people living whole lifetimes in fear. Whole lifetimes goes in fear. No guts, no courage to do things. Always fearful. What will people say? We have that statement now. What will 4 people say? Let them say what they have to say, na, you do what you have to do. इतना बड़ा बात क्या है? Okay. Okay. Bandham moksham chayaveti. Who knows what is bondage and what is freedom? He may not be completely free yet, that's okay. He's on the track. But he knows what is bondage, what is samsara. In fact, if you really know what is samsara, as a man, you will not come to me and tell me I brought my samsaram along. This is typical South Indian, especially Tamilian. He'll come to me and say, Swamiji, I brought my samsaram along. Huh? And I see a woman standing there. You think she is your samsara? You are a bigger samsara for her, ask her. Your sense of finitude. I am this much only. My self-judgments, that is samsara. My existential issues, that is samsara. I know that very clearly. There is no real samsara, there is only a samsari. Where is samsara? Samsara to hai hi nahi hai. If you really look at it, there is no samsara. But there are people who feel I am in samsara. That feeling is what samsara is about. Born out of ignorance, of self-judgments, that I am only finite character. I am this much only. And I have to eck out my happiness from the world in some way or the other. That is samsara. Those conclusions are samsara. He knows that very clearly. And he is trying to get out of it by knowledge. Therefore, bandham moksham chayaveti. He knows, bondage jnane naivatu kaivalyam. Jnane naivatu kaivalyam. He won't try to work. नहीं थोड़ा कर्मा भी करेगा, भगवान को खुश रखेगा, और ये भी मोक्षा के. It's like there was one scientist who said that. Even though I don't believe in God, I think most people should believe in God. Why? Because if science is wrong, you're playing it safe, isn't it? For my life, I need a lot of karma. Moksha jnanena. This clarity you need to have. People don't have that clarity. They'll go and pray for moksha. They will do homas. You will do Lakshmi Kubera Homa and ask for moksha. Lakshmi Kubera Homa is meant for money. Ask for money, you will get it. You will go to Ayyappa and say, my daughter is not getting married. Ayyappa is Mahavakya Upadesha Karta. You are not supposed to be going and asking for marriage and all in Ayyappa. Ayyappa is a renunciate. That's how you invoke deities. So you don't go there and ask for marriage. Lakshmi Kubera Home, Lakshmi. You should be studying the Gita that my husband wrote. Not coming to me and asking for money. So what is for what? You have to be clear about these things also, Yeah. Okay. So who knows this Yaveti? Sa Partha Satviki. That's Satviki Buddhi. That is a Sattvic mind. So we will get the Sattvic knowledge which will free you from samsara, free you from being a karta bhokta. Okay. Then what is Rajasic Buddhi? Yaya dharmam adharmam cha karyam cha karyamev cha ayathavat prajanati buddhi sa partha rajasi. Yaya dharmam cha adharmam cha. What is dharma, what is adharma? What is karyam, what is akaryam? What is to be done, what is not to be done? Ayathavajya prajanati. He is confused about it. He doesn't know it with clarity. There's confusion there. Iti buddhi sa partha rajasi. That person has got rajasic buddhi. Classical example. Some time back, I went looking for land somewhere. So I met this guy. He was trying to, sell some property to me, to the trust, where about 15 rooms are already ready. So we can start like that. Each room can comfortably take 2-3 people. So we could start with a small communal right now and add rooms as we want. And it was very reasonably priced also. So as part of that, I met him in Nariman Point with a couple of other people. Kamini, Nandu and all were with me. And we are having a cup of tea and chatting about this. So some discussion came up about what is honesty and what is integrity. So he said, I have an interesting take on this. This man is saying, I'm not going to mention names. Okay. I said, yeah, what? This honesty is, supposing you are running a hotel, because we are sitting in a hotel. And somebody comes and pays the bill and he gives 100 rupees extra. Honesty is calling that guy back and giving him that 100 rupees. You have paid extra, sir. Correct. ठीक है. What is integrity? You keep that 100 rupees and you share it with your partner. That's integrity. I said, now I get into my evaluative mindset then. So I told the people who are with me, I said, Thoda, we have to be careful dealing with this guy. He is capable of a con job. And right enough, the property you are trying to sell to us could not be sold. Okay, could not be sold. Yeah. Now, because he said that one thing, I phoned up a couple of people whom I know in that area, who was functioning in that area, and said, hey, what about this? Hey, Swamiji, he can't sell it. It was given, he was acting as middleman, it is given to this man for his service in the army. I doubt whether that guy knows whether this guy is trying to sell him. We know both are friends, but this land was at Collard. Okay. Ayathavat. He really believed that integrity was sharing the 100 rupees with his partner and honesty was giving it back. If you are living by honesty and integrity, there is no difference. Honesty practiced in your day-to-day action is integrity. But no, for him it was ulta. Ayathavat janati. Can you see this? There's confusion about it. There is confusion about it. Sa partha rajasi. Or people who say, no, personal life and all I am honest. But this is business, no? Business mein gala kaat de. But personal life, no, I will not injure anyone. I am strict vegetarian. But business, you are cutting somebody's throat, that is okay, that's business. Ayathavat janati. He is confused about what is right, what is wrong, what is to be done, what is not to be done. What is dharma and what is adharma? All right, that is rajasa, confusion. What about the tamasi buddhi? अरे और एक से बढ़कर एक है ऐसा. अधर्मम धर्ममिति या मन्यते तसा तामसा वृताः सर्वार्थान् विपरीतांश्चैव बुद्धि सा पार्थ तामसी. Adharmam dharmamiti. Adharma is taken as dharma. Okay. Manyate tamasavrata. Who is overcome by tamas, सब उल्टा खोपड़ी हो जाता है. सर्वार्थान विपरीतान शैव. Everything is opposite in his life. What is not to be done, he will do. What is to be done, he will put it off. Okay? Complete opposites. Yeah. It's exactly like how I was driving once from Rishikesh to, meaning going in a car from Delhi to Rishikesh. So the character was merrily breaking laws and going, So I said, भैया क्या चलाता है ऐसा गाड़ी? स्वामी जी ये तो उल्टा प्रदेश है, इधर ऐसे ही चलता है. That's exactly. This was years back. Okay, many years back. Okay, I think 2008 or something. So ulta. Everything is taken as opposites, This is that, that is this. Ekdam hera feri kam. Sa buddhi tamasi. Okay, buddhi tamasi. Okay. Shall we go ahead? Clear up to now? It's simple, straightforward. Now, the interesting thing is, we are predominantly sattvic, no? When you look at it. But there may be traces of the other thing in us, okay? Traces of rajas and tamas will be there in us. So that is what we need to work on, okay? And make it more and more sattvic, that's all, okay? Yeah. I don't think a tamasic person will come and sit in a Vedanta class. Tamasic buddhi will not sit in a Vedanta class. Rajasic buddhi definitely will sit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
What about conscious choices which are tamasic or rajasic?
Okay. When you make a conscious choice, what are you doing?
It's
Ulta, na?
Yeah.
So what is that? If your buddhi is saying, I know what is right, but I am choosing wrong, what type of buddhi is that? You are doing the opposite, tamasic.
But sometimes situations may demand you to make
One second. I always say there is a grey area and you have to take grey area into account.
True.
Remember one thing, 80% of the times you grow by following dharma, 20% by breaking it. So keep that in mind. Okay, yeah. It's not the other way around. 20-80 nahi hota hai. Tamasic person is 20-80. Okay. Yeah. So always a grey area, and you have to learn to deal with the grey area. Yeah. Or it'll be like this person. I'm not doing anything wrong, okay? I got my manager who will do all the wrong things for me. Can you say that? He is doing it for you, buck stops here, okay? Maybe he is your manager, na? Whom is he doing it for? Himself or yourself? Predominantly you.
I was asked to do like this in my lifetime.
We all have.
I was asked to do.
Corporate life, you can't avoid it. Yeah.
That fellow stopped my 7 years increment.
I know.
I said nothing, go to hell.
Yeah. There are 100 ways of handling it. Okay? There are 100 ways of handling it. Choose any, but handle it. Choose any.
So, Swamiji, for a sattvic person, the thought, like, sometimes all of us have thoughts of what is right and what is wrong.
Correct.
Possibly there's a pull also to do the wrong thing.
Of
but
course.
then you have to make a conscious choice to do the right thing.
You have to make a conscious choice, taking consequences into account. You can't say ignore the consequences.
Right. But for a Swamiji, that the dichotomy of that thought will also not arise.
Correct. So that's why I said there are grey areas. No?
Right.
Handle it. Handle the grey areas. How much loss you can take, how much you can't take. Even if it is not meant for you. I told you that story, na? Of that patient who was wheeled in having a heart attack. I said,
Yeah.
you bluff. Why? Because intention is to save somebody's life and things like that. So grey areas will always confront us. Yeah. Do you think we can buy land in today's world without any cash component?
No, not possible.
So you handle it. You handle it in a way which you don't break any legal laws and you manage it. It's a grey area. Why I am saying grey area? Some of the characters don't even have bank accounts. What are you going to do with that? They don't have a bank account. So you have to pay somebody else and get that guy to give him in cash. So you have to manage all these things. You have to do. 20 years ago, we didn't need to do that. The Rishikesh ashram, when we built up everything proper. But from between 2004 and 2014, the corruption went so high that when the top gets corrupt, everyone down gets corrupt. So we had the cleanest prime minister running the most corrupt government. That's what people say, but I'm not too sure. Because his daughter, son-in-law and all has made crores of rupees from the Nalanda University, which was an online university, has not produced one research paper in the 5-6 years it existed. Can you imagine a university not having one research paper in 5-6 years? And because it's online, where are the people, the dean and the principal and all sitting? USA. Where are they getting the money? From India. His daughter and son-in-law. Manmohan Singh I am talking about. So I don't know how clean it was. But the corruption was so much that all the way down, to get back to the previous state where it was more or less manageable, it will take 20 years, I'm telling you. It will take 20 years. So we have to deal with that. We can't crib about it. We have to deal with that. Do what is necessary. You have a question?
Yeah, so only one, Swamiji, as in the specific example you are giving, as in corruption is not only benefiting from things, it's also remaining silent and allowing others to
exactly.
benefit.
Yeah. So you do what you can. Vote in for a cleaner government, cleaner relative term. No government is 100% clean. One Rishikesh will say, "Ye to Kali ki prabhav hai." It's Kali Yuga. Don't expect everything to be perfectly fine. It won't be. You have to deal with the grey areas. Keep your integrity and deal with the grey areas. You have to. There's no choice. There's no choice. You deal. Your choice is either not to do anything. If I am sitting as a Babaji in Rishikesh with a small little hut, I can be perfectly honest. वे क्या लेना देना है? कुछ नहीं है. महाराज जी क्या चाहिए? बस 2 वक्त का रोटी है, बस हो गया. क्षेत्रा तो है ही है, खा लेगा. Total, you can be. That I am not too sure. Even there I am not too sure, because I can think of 100 scenarios where it will be different. Yeah, because I live like that, so I know what can go off. Yeah. The moment you are interacting and functioning in society, there will be things that go off. Why am I saying you put up your kutia somewhere, na? Whose land is it? Do you own the land? Then you are an encroacher, no? Correct? ये तो गवर्नमेंट की लैंड है. गवर्नमेंट लैंड, why are you encroaching on it? Are you saying what I am trying to say? Dharma comes into the picture. You can't avoid it. So some grey areas also will come into the picture. All right. Now Dhruti, will. Okay. With respect to Sattva Rajas Tamas. Dhrutya yaya dharayate mana prana indriya kriya yogena avyabhicharinya dhruti sa partha satviki. Dhrutyaya dharayate. By that will that you hold things. Prana indriya kriya. Mana prana indriya kriya. Mind, prana, sense organs. All the kriyas are in your control. You will not move. Why? Because that is it. Unflinching. Dhruti. How? Yogena avyabhicharinya. Yoga. What is yoga? Mastery of the mind. Chitta vritti nirodha. By that yoga of self-mastery, you can do what is necessary. When you can hold on, when the muscles and sinews are long but gone, and there is nothing left but the will that says hold on. Rudyard Kipling in If, the poem If, that dhruti, that will, okay, the will of a warrior. There's an interesting story. I put it in my blog also. Okay. Draupadi Swayamvara. Krishna is wondering where the hell the Pandavas are. This is for Arjuna. It's time for Arjuna to make his entry. And the Pandavas are disguised as priests, as Brahmanas. And they're sitting in the enclosure meant for them. So, Arjuna says, yes, it is time for my entry. He gets up to pick up the bow and shoot that arrow. A priest getting up to shoot an arrow. The other priest who tried to hold him down. Hey, baith ja, baith ja. Ijjat ki faluda ho jayega. Okay. You lose face, you will humiliate all of us. When one of the old priests there, old man says, let him go, let him try. He says, a priest may live on roots and fruits, but he can have the will as strong as any warrior. Look at the way he walks. He has the will. That is what I am talking about. That will. Conscious, self-developed out of self-mastery. That will. Dhriti, satviki dhriti. Okay. Then what? Yaya tu dharma kamarthan dhritya dharete arjuna prasangena phalankankshi dhriti sa partha rajasi. Ya tu dharma kamarthan. For arthan kamena, for desirers of fruits. I have to build up this. I have to make this business work. So I am willing to work 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day, 18 hours a day. Dhriti. But what is driving you? Desire. Or dharma. Ekadashi may have. I will drink only water. Why? For dharma, मेरे को वैकुंठ जाने का मरने के बाद. I had some people like that coming for the last public, physical, offline Vedic wisdom course we did, Suddenly I find 20 people are not eating full lunch. I said, क्या हो गया? We ordered lunch for you all. Swamiji, Ekadashi today, we don't eat. ये पहला बोलने का था ना. I said, no problems. 20 of the beggars will get nice lunch packets. Why are you doing it? If you are saying, I am doing it because I want to develop my will is one thing. But look into your heart. What are you really doing it? देखो वैकुंठ में जाने का है मरने के बाद. धर्म कामा or artha kama. Here dharma means life hereafter or artha kama. Dhritiya dharayate. Out of that desire, if you are maintaining certain actions, etc., then prasangena phalankankshi, or security, pleasure, that resolve. In this context, he says, in this context, prasangena, in this context, phala akankshi, purely driven by the result, not because the right thing to do. A guy works 14 hours a day, 18 hours a day, just because he wants to be known as a successful entrepreneur. A lot of dhriti is there in him. What is he driven by? Success, name, fame, etc. No? Correct? Rajasic. A soldier is even more violent. He is fighting this battle, standing guard and fighting, came on firing whole night without sleeping. He has kept on fighting, firing at the enemy, that, etc. That also has a lot of dhriti. Is he doing it for money? A soldier's pay, if you are given in the corporate, you will walk away from that job. Name and fame, probably he will be forgotten. Can you see the difference in both the dhritis? One is surrendered to a higher altar. The other is personal. Supposing the same soldier becomes a mercenary, then Rajasic, otherwise Sattvic. Can you see the difference? The same soldier doing the same thing, but as a mercenary, is Rajasic. For the sake of the nation, etc. Sattvic. Dhriti is same. Your intention matters. How you are using your will matters. What is driving you matters. What is driving you matters. Supposing the guy is doing the same thing, eating 2 times a day, there also bhiksha food. Why? He is staying in Rishikesh, gaining knowledge, studying Vedanta from some of the sadhus there. Lot of will is involved, no? That dhriti is what? Mokshartham, therefore sattviki. Okay, all right. Understand the differences, okay? What is driving you? Now the tamasic dhriti is very nice. This is what all of us have to guard against, because this creeps into us. Yaya swapnam bhayam shokam vishadam madamevacha na vimunchati durmeda dhriti sa partha tamasi. This is tamasic dhriti. What is that? By which dhriti you are holding on to sleep? कितना सोने का यार? कितना सोने का है? I need 8 hours sleep. Understandable. Understand. That's the maximum you are supposed to sleep anyway. Swamiji, I work late, Understandable. You are supposed to keep American time. So what time do you go to sleep? 2 o'clock. Okay. You are supposed to sleep at 2 o'clock. And what time do you get up? At noon. ये क्या बात है? You're getting up at noon. I need my sleep. That dhriti calls for will not to sleep up to that much. Bhayam, you're holding on to fear. I'm scared of that. Come on, I'll help you grow out of it. No. I'm not ready for it. I'll hold on to my fears. Shokam, grief. Hey, when did you suffer that loss? Swamiji, 10 years back, but it's very hurtful, very painful when I think of it. All right, I can understand that. It is painful. Time does not heal. You have to make conscious effort to heal. Come, I'll do a grief recovery thing with you. I have a program for grief recovery. No, I am not willing to do that. You have fallen in love with your pain. That pain has become part of your identity. Hold on to that. Met people like this? You must have. Okay, this is more common than we think. Holding on to grief, holding on to fear, too scared to give up fear. They are holding on to fear. Arey, I'll help you work out of that fear. It won't take time. Give it a shot. I'm okay, Hassan. I'm okay. Holding on. Vishadam. They're depressed about certain things, but they'll hold on. Arey, go for some therapy and get out of it. Go for a walk. You're depressed. Start with a morning walk. Start with some activity. Then go for some therapy. Vishadam. Madamevacha. You're intoxicated with your own pride and this and that. मार खा के सीखेगा, but until then. Na vibunchati durmeda. You don't give up these things. Durmedaha, because of some wrong thinking, you are not giving up any of this. Therefore, you are holding on to it. No? You are holding on to all the wrong things in life. Baba, it's an abusive relationship. I love the person. I am okay with the abuse. क्या बोलेगा? What do you tell them? What do you tell them? It's a wrong setup. You are upset, stressed and upset every day when you come home. Look for other job. Who will give me a job? At least try, na. What do you mean, who will give me a job? In other words, you love to play victim. Tamasic dhruti. Tamasic dhruti. It may not look like a conscious choice. Okay? But it is a choice you are making. There is a background for it, I agree that. Okay? But when people are willing to help you, even then when you don't take it up, then you can't say it is because of my background. You are also contributing to it. The old statement, are you part of the problem or part of the solution? If you are part of the solution, you are fine. Even if you are stuck here and there, at least I am trying to get out of it. But if you are not trying to get out of it, then you are part of the problem. You are contributing to your own problem. It's like this excellent discussion we had in the camp. In what way are you contributing to your own samsara? Yeah. What way are you contributing to the problems in your life? We think we are not contributing, but we are. Yeah. So all that will come under tamasic dhruti. So the whole thing is, again, we will have traces of this in our personality. Rajasic and tamasic dhruti, traces will be there. So work on those issues. That's why the whole thing description is available. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Saptam bhayam shokam. Then, what is left now in human life? Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamas, almost everything is covered. No? Sukham, joy is also there. Okay, yeah. Joy, etc. also comes under this. So all these divisions, he waited until the 18th chapter to tell you all. Why? Elaborating. Okay? We are already in, which was 35, yeah. Another 31 verses and the last sloka of the teaching is there. 66th verse is the last teaching verse. Like how 2nd chapter 11th verse was the first verse of the teaching. The 66th verse is the last verse of the teaching. हो गया अभी? Should be able to say like Arjuna, Nashto moha smritarlabdha. I'm fine. I know what the whole thing is about. So मुझे मुश्किल है. Fine tune, then fine tune, fine tune. See what has to be fine tuned in your life. That's why all this Sattvic, Rajas, all this elaborately, big pain. It is not for Arjuna. Arjuna didn't need all this. He didn't need all this. Yeah. His will was Sattvic, all right. He had no issues about all of them. That's why at the end of the Gita he could walk away free. He just had to work on his nishtha, that's all. He was a free man. But we need to work on our clarity as well. Therefore, what is it that's preventing us from getting there? He paints a huge picture. You decide. One thing important here is your own intellectual honesty to yourself. Irrespective of what picture you are giving to others, are you honest with yourself? Honesty is not being self-critical. Honesty is evaluating yourself properly. Honestly. And be honest. Yeah, sometimes I am like this. But what to do? I can't help it. No, I can help it, but I am stuck here. This is my grey area. I have to work on this. This is my dark side. This is my shadow side. I have to work on this. Being clear about that and working on that is what will help you. So think about that. Sukham and the other things we will see next class. Okay, a good place to stop. Om Tat Sat.